Hello PELWELL family, and welcome to your evening unwind flow. For today's practice, you're going to need a set of blocks and a strap. So whenever you're ready, meet me on your mat. We're going to start in an easy child's pose, so take the knees to the widest edges of your mat and bring your big toes together. From here, reach the arms out long as you lower your chest and forehead to the floor. We're going to start our practice with some breathing. So starting with cleansing breaths, inhale through the nose and exhale side out. So continue with that breath, inhale through the nose and exhale side out. Allow the hips to fall heavy towards the heels. As we start to unwind the body and bring it to a close for the day, start to do the same with your mind. Knowing that there's no more work, no more to-do list. You carved out this time just for you. So bring your focus to the present moment, to yourself, to this practice of self-care, and to your breath. We're going to leave the arms extended. Just gently lift the head enough where you can thread the right hand under the left and come on to the right shoulder, cheek, and ear. Feeling a little twist from the mid-back and start to feel the shoulders and upper back opening. Slowly start to release and then come to the other side. Slowly release, come back to center. From here, pull yourself all the way forward and onto the belly. Bring the elbows underneath the shoulders and come into Sphinx pose. So press through the palms and press through the shoelace part of the feet. And then actively pull the hips and the elbows towards each other so you find a little more height through the upper body, a little bit more back bend. Stay for another breath. And then on the exhale, release, lower down, come on to one side. Start to let go of the cleansing breath and just come into a natural breath. From here, slide the left hand next to the chest. Extend the right arm overhead and roll onto the right hip. Bending the left knee, grab hold of the foot. Now you can use a strap here if that's more comfortable. Once you have hold of the foot, bring the inner thighs back together. Drive the hips forward and feel the lengthening through your left thigh. Keep hold of that leg as you slowly let the knee melt to the floor to roll onto the belly. From here, you can start to let go of the foot. Slide the left knee forward. So we're coming into half frog. So this left knee is in line with the left hip, and then your left ankle is in line with your left knee. So you've got these 90-degree bends happening throughout the legs. And then lower the head back onto the arm. And just feel a gentle stretch through your left hip flexor, the front of that hip. From here, extend the left arm out long. We're going to reach the left leg back as we roll on to the opposite side. So coming into frog first on the right, bring that right knee forward so it's in line with the hip. Right ankle in line with the knee. And then lower onto your left ear and cheek. Feeling this gentle stretch. If you needed the strap on the other side, make sure it's in a way you can grab it as we transition, rolling onto the left side. Bending that knee, grabbing the foot, and then letting the inner thighs come back together, pushing the hips forward. Slowly release and roll back onto the belly. And then bring the hands under the shoulders and push yourself up and back into child's pose. From here, reach the arms back so they're coming towards the feet and you're resting on the forehead. If being on the floor is too much, this is where you can place a block underneath the forehead. Allow the shoulders to melt to the floor as you round the upper back, pulling the shoulder blades apart. Slowly bring the hands back forward. Press to the hands to come up into tabletop. Grab both of your blocks and place them a little wider than shoulders distance. Bring your hands to the blocks and place your right foot between them. From here, slowly start to shift the weight forward, driving that right knee towards the toes. Pull the chest forward and reach the crown of the head to the ceiling. The bricks are just here to make this pose have a little more ease, a little more relaxation to it. But if you prefer without the blocks, feel free to set them off to the side. Take another breath here. As you exhale, we're going to sit the hips over that left knee, extending the right leg straight, and then pulling the toes to the ceiling, feeling a big stretch to the back of that right leg. Slowly release back forward, and then switch the legs. Taking the right leg back, step the left foot through. And then again, pull the knee towards the toes, open the chest, and reach the crown of the head up to the ceiling. On your next exhale, slowly sit the hips over that right knee. Pull the left toes up to the ceiling. Feel that big reach through the back side of the leg. Slowly pull yourself back forward and extend the left leg back to meet the right. Walk the knees forward to the center of your mat. Cross the legs behind you to have a seat. Make sure the strap is towards the back of the mat, just in a place where it's easy for you to grab. Bring the bottom of the feet together, and we're going to place the knees on the bricks. Now, depending on your hip flexibility, you might need the high setting, the mid setting, or the low setting. From here, scooch the hips closer to the heels and come all the way onto your back. Using the bricks to support this stretch. You can let the arms just fall to the side, or if you want a little chest opener, start to cactus shape the arms. Use the bricks to support you as you feel the opening and the expansioning through your hips. While here, let's take one cleansing breath. So inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. And then come back to your natural breath. Take one more breath here. And then if you cactus shape the arms, slowly bring them back in. And then slowly bring the knees together and then hug the knees into the chest. Gently rock side to side, massaging the low back. And then work your way back to center, releasing the feet. We're going to set the bricks on their highest setting, so it's somewhat in line with your hip, but way off to the side. Go ahead and grab your strap. We're going to place the mid strap around the ball or the arch of the right foot. Extend your right leg up to the ceiling and then drive through the heel, so you already feel a big opening through that hamstring. From here, if possible through the hips, extend that left leg out straight. We're going to gently pull the right leg all the way across the body, and the goal is to try to rest the arch of that foot on that block, or maybe the ankle or the calf. But once it's on the block, extend the right arm out from the shoulder. Take your gaze over to the right, and using the strap and the brick, press through the heel and feel that big opening through the outside of your right hip, down through the hamstring and from the mid-back. Slowly release, bring it back up to center. We're going to do the same going the other direction. So if you need to make any adjustments, feel free, but we're going to extend the right leg off to the right side, bringing it onto either the brick. We're just using the strap to support you. So you feel a big stretch now through the inner thigh. Keep driving through the heel, pressing it away from the body. Take that cleansing breath. And slowly bring the leg back up to center. Bend the knee and let's switch the strap to the other leg. So placing the mid of that strap right around the left foot. Drive through the heel, extend the right leg. Reach the left arm out and slowly lower the left leg all the way to that brick. And then take your gaze over to the left fingertips. Slowly bring the leg back up. And then if you're limited on space, just scooch over a little bit. So as we take the leg over to the left side, again we rest that ankle or that calf onto that brick. Keep driving through the heel so you feel a stretch through the inner thigh. Slowly bring the leg back up to center. You can set your strap off to the side. Grab one of your bricks. And we're going to come into a supported inversion. So on the lowest setting, bend the knees, slide the lowest setting of that brick underneath your sits bones and your tailbone, and then lower yourself back down. From here, one knee at a time, bring the knees into the chest. The brick should feel like a wedge supporting your lower body. So once you feel safe and supported, extend the legs up to the ceiling. Taking a cleansing breath here, inhale through the nose. Exhale, side out. Allow the eyes to close and come back to your natural breath. The brick should be doing all the work for you. It should be holding up your legs for you. So this should feel more passive rather than active. Allowing all the old blood to flow away from the extended limbs and back to the heart, so we can pump fresh, new blood back into the limbs. From here, slowly start to bend the knees, letting the heels fall back to the glutes. And before we remove the brick, bring the feet back to the floor. And then extend the legs out straight. So keep the feet flexed so the toes are driving up towards the ceiling, and just feel the hips start to wrap around the brick. So you feel a little back bend, a little supported back bend. Your hips are higher than your heart and your ankles. Take one more breath here, and then bend the knees, feet back flat onto the floor. Press to the bottom of the feet to lift your hips to slide that brick out from underneath of you, and then one vertebra at a time, slowly lower all the way back onto the mat. From here, widen the feet and knock the knees together. Allow your eyes to close. Thank you, PELWELL family, for joining me for this evening unwind. Make sure to subscribe and to turn on notifications so you can continue to follow our programs. Feel free to stay here for as long as you need. And until next time, PELWELL family, be well.